Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new makeup video. Today we're going to do a beauty makeup video inspired by the movie Alice Through the Looking Glass. Today we're going to finally play with these awesome shadows by Urban Decay because I just touched them, looked at them, and oohed and awed over them, but I haven't put them on my face, so we're going to do that today. And I got some wonderful fake tattoos and eyelashes that are teacups. Yes. Eyelashes that are little teacups by Paper Self, and they also make temporary tattoos, and I'm going to see if I could try to do a temporary tattoo on my face and then put makeup on top but have them show through, kind of. I'm going to do like more of a beauty semi-avant-garde because I'm putting like tattoos like on my face. It makes no sense, but hopefully when I slap all this on my face it will make sense. I feel like I'm doing an arts and crafts project this time now that I'm doing my makeup with like huge weird lashes and fake tattoos, but we'll just see. I'm gonna go through all the products and we're gonna talk about, have a little chat about my favorite types of movies, because Alice in Wonderland is like my favorite genre of movie, meaning this is the genre I like where, you know, it looks like a cute kids movie but it has some deep dark plot twists or hidden meaning, or it's like so much more than you thought it was gonna be. What is this? I feel like Crybaby, Johnny Depp. That's why I love Alice in Wonderland, and we're gonna talk about other movies like that that have a creepy plot twist or something like that, but they're super cute and adorable looking. Like, they look like they're movies for children, but they're actually not. Not only movies, but like books and TV shows. That would be great. I'm gonna see if I could apply this on my face without wrecking it. I should have practiced this makeup before I did this, but I'm not that prepared, which doesn't sound very thoughtful of me. So the first series type thing, we're gonna put a little heart, probably like, you know, like a teardrop heart right here. It says not to put this too close to your eyes, so I'm going to try not to put it like on my eye, but we will see. The first type of book thing I have to talk about is Series of Unfortunate Events. It's my all-time favorite book, and it's also a movie with Jim Carrey in it. How long do I put these on for? 30 seconds, okay. Ooh la la! That is cute! But the book series of Unfortunate Events, it looks like a children's movie, sounds like a children's movie and book series, but it's really dark about these three siblings, two sisters and a brother, Violet, Klaus, and Sunny, and their parents die in a tragic fire. How sad is that? And on top of that, I'm gonna put this little spade right here, like the Queen of Hearts. It's gonna be inspired in this makeup too. On top of that, they have to like find new homes to live in while like this evil man that killed their family is hunting after them. It's so twisted, but it's really cute and steampunk-ish. That makes me love it more. And like just the movie itself is so darn cute, but it's so creepy and weird. Like there's moments in Series of Unfortunate Events where they have to act like grown adults and watch after each other. It's really odd, but really good. I still need to read the whole series. I feel bad for talking about it if I haven't read the whole series, but so good and very sad, extremely sad. A lot of movies I'm going to talk about is super sad. The reason why Series of Unfortunate Events is so good too is because like the kids are really smart and they like learn a lot of things and teaches you how to survive and everything, and like the children are so different, they have different personalities, and it's just so incredibly good. I think you have to be a teenager or older to read it, even though it looks like it's a children's book. It's like not. Oh no. Let's just start this one over again. Another book series that is going to be a movie soon by Tim Burton, and we're doing a makeup inspired by Tim Burton, kind of, is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Now, if you like Harry Potter, that's another series that could fall into this category. If you like X-Men, it's like X-Men mixed with Harry Potter that's like ye old times. Like, it's very vintagey. I hope that Tim Burton captures that. I mean, no movie can sincerely capture an entire book, in my opinion. But it's just so incredibly good. I can't explain to you how good that series is. Ooh, there we go. It's much better. That one's a little close to my eye, but we're gonna wear with it. I'm just gonna put primer like in the spots where it's not having temporary tattoos. But Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is like, it's a little bit of like American Horror Story Freak Show. Basically, I think in the book, the author found like these vintage photos and he made an entire book series out of it, and just that whole aspect just is so interesting to me, and I always recommend that book to anyone, and they usually always like it if you're into like fantasy books about other worlds, and like they have to escape like these evil people that's trying to get them, and it has to do with time travel on top of like children with special powers, and it's so incredibly good. Like, how did this guy find these old photos and like, oh my gosh, you know what, I'm gonna make a whole series about this? Like, who thinks of that except Ranson Riggs? This book series I'm so obsessed with. I never do this with most book series, and not many other series I guess does this, but he puts out like mini previews of the upcoming book for free at Barnes & Nobles. I just think that's so awesome for him to do, and I always pick it up before the actual book comes out, and I pre-order it before it comes out. I never have done that even with Harry Potter, and it's just that good. That's why. I swear I love this because it always tells me to stay fabulous. No, but it's really good formula, and some people I've recommended to them and they don't like it, but I have super dry skin and I don't know why, it just lays really nice on my skin. I can explain to you the adventures and the whole layout that Ranson Riggs puts in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Miss Peregrine is like the school head person, and they lose her and they have to find her, and like it's just everything they have to go through, like the battles and gore that this book depicts, you would not expect it. And it's one of those things kind of like Harry Potter, where both this and Harry Potter, it's like a school setting, and you don't think that children in a school setting have to overcome so many adult-like obstacles, and there's a lot of gore and like people die, and it's just incredibly sad, and you invest your whole time in these characters and some of them die off, and I'm just telling you what you should expect if you pick up this book. And Harry Potter, since I'm talking about it, we need to talk about Harry Potter. Like, if you haven't heard of Harry Potter, like, girl, have you been living under a rock? Because it's like one of the most popular book and movie series of all time, and you think, okay, it's gonna be like these wizard kids that go to school and they have to battle things with potions, but it's so much more than that. It literally has child abuse in it. In my opinion, that's what that is, when Harry has to like verbally like abuse and like has to like live under his uncle's like, what is it, little stairs in his house. Oh my gosh. Like, going into Harry Potter when I was like 10 years old or whenever, when I was getting into it, like I didn't expect it to be about like kids like throwing up slugs. I don't know why that scene creeped me out so much, or like having to deal with like one of their friends dying in front of them, and just so many terrible things. There was like adults dying and children dying. It was just so much more than anyone ever expected. I don't know about you, but me, I was like, I was not expecting this. I was expecting happy-go-lucky little wizard children, maybe battling a couple things, but not like having their lives sucked out of them while they're barfing up slugs. I mean, but I feel like that's what makes all these things I'm talking about better. Like, they're so creepy and good, which I love. Like, they're cute and whimsical, but they're creepy. It's like having a really cool friend that is like that. Like, those friends that could take a really sarcastic joke, but at the same time, they're really nice and kind-hearted. This sponge looks so weird, like it's from another planet. I mean, maybe it's part alien like I am, because I feel like I'm not from this planet, but it works so well. Need so much more concealer. We got so many little, we'll call them dementors, my little pimples on my face. There's like a lot of them lately. They're just sprouting up everywhere. I got a huge one right here. Don't I look cute? And a new like series thing that I've been obsessed with is a TV show that's so cute and so twisted, and I absolutely love it, is this Cartoon Network series called Over the Garden Wall. I've talked about it in my monthly favorites video. You honestly have to see it. It looks like a little children's animation that's like about cute talking animals and stuff, and these two brothers that get lost in the forest, but it's so twisted. I would never expect the plot twist ending, and I would never have thought that it was so good. Like, it's really creepy, the things that these two children encounter in Over the Garden Wall. Of course, the whimsicalness of it's so good. The amount of concealers that I have to put on my face today. This is what you get when you do makeup forever and get more and more acne. I hate it. Like, who gets a pimple right here on their eyebrow? Me? Yes, but you need to like check out just like the artwork in Over the Garden Wall and how they do their animation is so gorgeous. That's why I got hooked in it in the first place, like from an artist perspective. These under eye circles, girl, I need to get some sleep instead of watching all these TV shows and movies between making videos. Now let's set the face and talk about one of my all-time favorite TV shows. This has to be literally my one all-time favorite TV show, and it looks like a whimsical, I love that word whimsical, I use it a lot, I know, but it's the only word I know how to describe something that's cute and unique and artsy. The TV show Pushing Daisies. First of all, it has a cute guy in it. Second of all, it's about crime scene investigations and trying to solve murder mysteries. Third of all, it's about people coming back to life. Fourth of all, the costuming, set design is one of the best things I've ever seen in my entire life in Hollywood. Fifth of all, it has musicals. I don't even really like musicals, but theirs are super good. The acting's really good, and it's like romantic, creepy, and everything I love. And like when you really start trying to get into it, I'm gonna be honest with you, it seems like a really cheesy like Broadway show that's like trying to be a romantic comedy, and you're like, what is this? But then you fall in love with it because again, it's creepy and you have to figure out who murdered who and how. And oh, and there's like superstition, ghost stuff, and people coming back to life. It's so good. So basically, there's this guy played by Lee Pace. He could bring people back to life just by touching them, but if he brings someone back to life, the next living thing closest to him will die if he doesn't retouch them again within 1 minute. Do you get what I'm saying? So he touches them. If he doesn't touch them, and they come back to life if they're dead, but if he doesn't touch them again within like 1 minute or so, something around him, he can't choose which, but around him, the closest thing will die. He falls in love with the girl who was dead, who brought back to life. Oh my gosh, it's just so good. I want like all the clothes on that show, and like you think, okay, you see the plot line like on IMDb or online, you're like, okay, it's a murder mystery solving and there's cute things, but it's just so much more than that, and you fall in love with the characters. And again, I don't like musicals whatsoever, but if I like a musical, it's usually Sweeney Todd where they're murdering people. Those are the type of musicals I like, or Little Shop of Horrors where a plant's murdering people. I like those type of musicals, really creepy ones. These are not for young children, Little Shop of Horrors or Sweeney Todd, but oh, so good. I can't explain to you why this is my favorite TV show. You just have to watch it yourself, and it's so sad because it like ended within, I think it was like 3 seasons, and it was such an abrupt ending, and we're gonna do a cool tone contour since it's semi-Tim Burton-ish. I feel like, you know, Tim Burton wouldn't be into bronze tone contours, you know? So I'm mixing these two the lightest because, you know, I'm a paper white. Another great person that makes really seems like cute Japanese animations, but again, they're really creepy. Hayao Miyazaki. He made one called Spirited Away. I don't know which of his movies are my favorite. That might be my top favorite one, actually. I heard the hidden story behind it was about child prostitution, which is a terrible subject to talk about, and like that's why she was stuck in the movie. She's like stuck in this weird like town that she escapes from her parents from, and it's like its own little village, and she's trying to find her parents, and they were like turned into pigs. It's kind of magical and again whimsical, but it's really creepy because she's stuck in this bathhouse like as like a slave girl working with all these other women. But it looks like a cute Japanese animation of this little tiny girl who gets lost. But it's not. It's so much more than that. It's really twisted and crazy. There's like this one spirit who has a ton of money and who comes in and eats people whole. That's why it definitely falls into this category of like cute, whimsical, yet really gory and creepy. Oh my gosh, let's talk about a movie that actually literally made me cry for hours. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, but I remember watching it 2 times and I cried both times. It's called Bridge to Terabithia, and you think it's like the secret garden where these 2 kids get lost in a wonderful land that they make up in their head. And it's literally about a child dying, and their friend has to like get over it and like come to terms with their friend dying. And I was like, excuse me, what? Like this girl died? Excuse me? And you don't expect it. And I feel like, spoiler alerts, I should put that there. Yeah, that's what that whole movie's about. It's like The Sixth Sense, where you don't know what it's really about until it just slaps you in the face. I'm trying to use up all my Gift Me Brow because they just came out with that new packaging one, and I want to bust into it because it's so... sounds violent. It's so pretty, their new packaging, and it's so magical, just like Alice in Wonderland and all the movies I'm talking about. But another movie, including Johnny Depp, that we have to talk about that looks cute and adorable, and you're like, oh, this movie looks like, it's called Finding Neverland, and it's about the person that made Peter Pan, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be about how he was inspired to make Peter Pan, you know, it's gonna be so cute. But no, someone actually dies in the movie, and you're like, Johnny Depp, why are you doing this to me again? The feels, and there's like children, and there's adorable little boy in it. And you're like, why? But it's a good movie. It's just really sad. I remember crying at that movie too. I'm a big crybaby in movies. Now, let's just bust out this beautiful baby. Oh gosh, look at her. Isn't she gorgeous? I'm definitely gonna use some pinks and blues today because I feel like that just encaptures like a mix of Alice and the Mad Hatter, which, I mean, the Mad Hatter is honestly my most favorite character in the movie. I don't know if you knew this, but this is a little history for you all. The Mad Hatter was inspired by an actual old-time event where they would put like quicksilver or liquid silver that would was really bad for your skin. They would rim people's hats with it and it would make them go crazy, and it would actually terribly, this is a terrible thing to say, but kill people. And that's how they came up, was inspired to make the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland, when they would put quicksilver in the lining of old school brims in ye old times. Isn't that interesting? But let's get on with the creepy movies, because the next one I want to talk about is one of my all-time favorite movies. We're bringing back the cute man Lee Pace from Pushing Daisies. This is the movie The Fall. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. It looks like a heroic tale of a land where it's a lot of adventure and a masked man on the cover, and you're like, oh my gosh, this has to be magical. But it's so depressing because it's about when actors first started in Hollywood and stuntmen were first a really big thing in the motion picture industry when movies were first being made, and all the trauma they had to go through. And Lee Pace is an actor. He was stuck in the hospital injured from being a stuntman actor, and he only had this one little girl to talk to who would come visit him, and she had a broken arm, and he would tell her all these amazing stories, and of course the girl's adorable and you fall in love with her, and he was getting addicted to pills and stuff, and it got really dark. But you don't know if like his adventures of these stories that he tells her about this magical land where they're both on adventures together depicted in the movie, if it's real or not, and he's trying to save a princess. You don't know what's real, and he has like friends that are traveling with him in the movie, and you don't know if it's real or not. It's just so interesting. You have to see it. It's so good, and it does tug at your heartstrings. The little girl starts crying in it, and then I start crying about it. And of course about Lee Pace. We're both crying about Lee Pace in that movie, and it's so incredibly good. And it twists your mind. It's like Inception. You're like, was that real? What's real or not? Let's talk about an old school classic movie, well, one of my considered classics from the 90s, which is Jumanji. Oh my gosh, you think that movie's just gonna be a cute little jungle adventure, but it's like literally so twisted. There's a huntsman trying to kill these children, and like this guy loses his whole entire childhood in the actual movie, and it's so much more twisted and scary. Oh my gosh, especially those spiders in there. I have arachnophobia, and it literally almost gave me a heart attack, girl. Or guy, if you're watching. Jumanji, oh my gosh, and that little boy when he turns into a monkey, I'm like, oh my gosh, this boy's gonna be a monkey for his entire life. And like their whole house is flooded, and it's just sad times in that whole movie. It's like things are never gonna win out for them. But the ending was kind of cute, but I literally thought that that movie was going to turn out like everyone's dead or something. And today we're learning that Cat's a crybaby. This other movie I cried at, and it's the movie Holes, and it was a book that I was obsessed with when I was a kid, and even Stevens, Mr. Shia LaBeouf was in it. That movie was so incredibly good, but I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to be a children's movie. I haven't read the book in a long time when I saw the movie, so I don't remember all of the details of it, but oh my gosh, that movie tugged at your heartstrings because these bad kids went to like a camp thing and you didn't expect them to like almost die, and like, oh my gosh, that woman, Sigourney Weaver in the movie, she was like, literally, it was like child labor. I think all these children movies with like child labor stuff in it is intense. Like Harry Potter, Holes. I love this cream blush. This is by Besame and Crimson. You can use this as like lipstick and everything. Like a tinted lip balmy thing. I'm trying to make it so it almost connects to that eyeshadow, so I just look like a red pink ring. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it'll look cute. We're getting somewhere. To have our cheeks look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer almost, like just touched it. We want our cheeks to look like we almost got a sunburn. We should also talk about another even older 80s classic, which is Princess Bride. Now, that movie is definitely a comedy you wouldn't expect. You think it's going to be about magical knights and shining armors and princesses and adventures, but like the prince like loses ability to move his body, and like he's tortured, and you wouldn't expect that, and you wouldn't expect it to be a very like sarcastic good comedy, and it's just so over the top and so good. If you haven't like heard about this, it's like, I feel like it's an American classic comedy. Another great movie that we have to talk about, this is Heads Will Roll. Oh my gosh, I love the name of that. We are going to talk about the movie The Witches, one of my all-time favorite movies. I think I've talked about this many a times on this channel. Miss Angelica Houston is the head witch in there. It's so good. You think, okay, it's about witches, and for some reason there's mice on the cover. Those mice play an important role, my friend, in this movie, because these witches are ruthless. They like hunt down children and turn them into mice. They lure them in with candies and sweets and have a convention on how to trap children and turn them into mice. And it's just not like, okay, poof, a puff of smoke and then you see mice. There's like animatronics, and it's like puppetry, and all these designs went into turning these children into mice in the movie. Just like the designs of it's so good. The makeup on Angelica Houston, they're not just any witches, they have real bald heads and warts and long fingers, and they take off their human face, which is a mask, and show their true forms, and they have like crooked toes with square toes and square feet. It's so gross and amazing and disgusting. It's so great. Now let's talk about The Never-Ending Story. If you've heard of this, it was an old movie. I'm using Royal Flush right now on my eyes, but it was like a movie in the 80s, and I was obsessed with this movie when I was a kid. I love any type of movie where it seems like the kid just made all of this up in his head and you don't know if it's real or not. Those were my jam when I was a kid growing up. I have like this pink ring right here, and I don't know why. It's like maybe from my eye drops, because I have like allergy eye drops I put in today, and I think it's reacting to this eyeshadow and making a pink ring near my eye. Hopefully I'm not dying. Okay, we need some shimmery under the brow, so whatever I put in the inner corner, Royal Flush, I'm gonna put it right here. I'm also gonna put this Royal Flush like right on that Cupid's bow, because we're gonna put on some lipstick soon. Highlighter with some eyeshadow, because that's how I do it today. Alright, now some liner, and we're going to talk about the more movies that are foreign and are so creepy and twisted and good. Have you ever heard of the movie Pan's Labyrinth? Because it looks like a child's whimsical storybook movie about a girl that is her own type of Wonderland. I thought it was like an Alice in Wonderland remake. But there's this really creepy creature that has no eyes and like eyes on his hands in there, and it's so creepy, and there's a lot of murder scenes and gruesome scenes and bloody scenes in it. And I thought this was like gonna be a movie about a little girl that gets lost in her own mind of like this cool little world, but no, it's a twisted, creepy world, and she suffers so much. And yeah, she dies. Her whole family, it's just too much. It was too much for me to handle, but it was really good. Like one of the best makeups. I think I tried to do one of the makeups from that movie when I first started makeup here on YouTube, and I did a terrible job of it, but I should redo that. It wasn't terrible, it was good for like my knowledge of makeup at the time, but I could do so much better probably now. I like this blue because it reminds me of Alice and the White Rabbit, with the little speck of highlight in there too. And the pink reminds me of like the Red Queen, Queen of Hearts, off with her heads lady. Need to prep those lashes for the fake ones, and talk about The Orphanage, which is another foreign film that was so twisted, and I thought it was just gonna be about, you know, a haunted orphanage. No, it actually plays into real life, and this woman's whole life turns around because she has a kid, and she used to be an orphan at the orphanage that she moves into. Yet it's haunted, and like the ghosts start messing with her kid, and then her kid goes missing, and then the plot twist, you should see it if you want to, you know, read subtitles and learn about a really twisted, it's one of my favorite creepy movies. It's so good. It's definitely a scary movie though. It's not like just whimsical fantasy. So scary, but I didn't expect it to be that twisted and scary. I just thought it was like, oh, cute little haunting about some children that haunt. For some reason, when children haunt things, it's not as scary to me for some reason. Like Chucky wasn't that scary to me. Because I feel like adult ghosts could do much more harm. When I was talking about The Fall and Wizard of Oz, I feel like Wizard of Oz definitely falls into this category because I thought it was going to be a cute little Wizard of Oz movie, but she literally gets terrorized by these witches and she can't find her way back home, and I thought she'd never find her way back home. I feel like there's a hidden, really deep Wizard of Oz thing. These are so beautiful. I don't even want to touch them and ruin them, but I have to. I feel like I should. These are those teacup ones by Paper Self. I feel like these are the most like intense. Oh my gosh, I think these are made out of paper. Is that why they're called Paper Self? I'm learning new things as I go. This is like origami that would even impress most Japanese people. Like my family that does origami. So hopefully this will work. I'm so nervous about this not working. But yes, Wizard of Oz. She like fell and hurt herself and was like being poisoned by poppies and witches. But another like really good movie that's a children's movie that I wouldn't expect it to be that gory and crazy and cool is freaking Hook with Robin Williams. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. Oh my gosh, he was so good. But Hook was one of my favorite movies growing up because like there was this kid who was like the king of the Lost Boys and he died and like got died by Hook, and I thought this movie was just going to be the backstory of Hook, the Captain Hook himself, but no, it's a backstory on how Peter Pan got older, and like it was so real and so good. And like I feel like Hook is literally a story, or Peter Pan series is literally stories about kids getting kidnapped in general. Like it's a lot darker than you expect just to be fairies in a Neverland. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. These are like actually comfortable. I thought, because they're made out of paper, I thought they were gonna be like visors on my eyeballs, but they're not. They're like really nice. You know, depending if you have like, this is like my Caucasian eye that's bigger, and this is my Asian eye, if you didn't know. Like I have two, yes, I have two different size eyes, because we all know this. I told you I'm an alien. Like I don't know what to call you guys. I don't know if I should call it, like I've been calling you creators, because when I did Cat's Creations, I know a lot of you missed that, but it was just so stressful on me, and makeup is a lot more fun for me than drawing. I think we talked about this. Like drawing gives me anxiety now, and it's not as fun anymore as makeup is. And yeah, so I don't know if you should call you creators or if I should call you my aliens, because I am so an alien. I'm allergic to everything on life, every food, every piece of soil and pollen. So yeah, leave me down in the comments below on what I should call you guys on this channel of weirdness and makeup. We're trying to get into beauty a little bit, but I feel like my hometown is, you know, creatures, since I'm an alien, and recreating those. I'm gonna get a little bit of those makeup remover tips and uncover the hidden gems that is these tattoos. And then I should get a regular Q-tip to make sure that all of the makeup remover's away, so I won't like get it all over the makeup, just on the tattoo, without them deteriorating, if that's possible. But yeah, Hook was an intense movie, and it was like about how you get along with your children and like overworking yourself to where you lose like so much in life. Like personally, it really like touched home with people who are workaholics and want to start a family, or like becoming an adult too fast. I'm gonna try to act professional and do red lip liner before I do red lipstick, because I feel like we just had to pay homage to the Queen of Hearts off with her heads from Alice, and she always has sports red. And plus the red lipstick out of this collection is my favorite out of all of them. I mean, the purple Mad Hatter one's a really unique color and I like it too. It's hard to talk while doing this, but the red one, just the color of it and consistency is my favorite, and the finish. I feel like Hook depicts the most like realistic mermaids in movies too, and it's just good for all ages, I feel like. Them lashes, girl, we need to blend them into the paper falsies. Just getting some more pink, like right here, really dark. I wet my brush so that it comes out a little bit more saturated. Girl, I want the bottom lashes to almost look like tarantula eyes to match the heaviness of these top fake lashes. And you know what? I'm gonna incorporate a little bit of black into this, since the top lashes are so freaking much. Yeah, that looks better. So let's take these clips out of our hair because we're done with our makeup. Ooh, let's do a dewy spray of Tatcha. Yes, girl, Tatcha, come through. Oh, I hope it doesn't ruin these paper lashes. And my battery is almost dead, so we'll finish this up with the headband. The Queen mixed with Alice with this blue top. So here's the final look of our Alice Through Looking Glass or Alice in Wonderland inspired beauty makeup look today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of all my favorite whimsical, cute, yet really creepy, twisted movies, including Alice in Wonderland. Leave me a comment below if you know any other cute yet creepy twisted movies and what I should call you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. It was very fun to do. These lashes are so gorgeous and beautiful. I would definitely check out Paper Self. I'll leave the link down to their website down below. Their temporary tattoos hold up so well under makeup and with it, and they're so cute. Also, if you want a mini review on this, I would definitely suggest getting this palette. Some of them are, I feel like, a different formula than the others. Like, the Heads Will Roll's really good, but like Cake and these two aren't as pigmented or come off as well. I had to wet some of them, as you can see the water droplets, to get really good pigments. And my two favorite lipsticks out of the whole thing, the red I'm wearing today is such a great like texture, pigment, and it's just so gorgeous. Would go with so many skin tones, and I feel like it has that bluish tone, so it makes your teeth a little wider looking. And Mad Hatter, so unique and beautiful. I didn't use it today, but these two lipsticks out of the line are really worth the price too. And I mean, this packaging, I had to get it. And of course, girl, look at this packaging. And it's not all about packaging. The formulas are really good, I have to say. I absolutely love it. Urban Decay did spot on with this, even the names of them and the color pigmentation. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll definitely see you guys in another video. Love you all. Bye. Is it focused? Is we good? How you doing? What was that? Oh, the heat's getting to my brain. I start out to pee every second. There we go. All right. Where's that from? Oh, Bob's Burgers. Alright. Hey, Bobby. I can't do it. I'm liking where this is going. My eyebrows are on fleek. We need to fix that right now before I bleed in anger. I like my eyebrows be on point.